We're going to start here any minute on the real estate scholarship program. You're going to grow your team. You implement this. This is one of the things where if you've done it before, it probably worked and you forgot it worked. And then you got a lot of agents and then you stopped doing it because it worked and you got busy and you had to onboard and train your agents. But like I said, every single one of my one-on-one clients and the clients that reside, we implement, we teach this, we implement, we execute on the real estate scholarship program. So get ready, take some notes. I'm going to have a little presentation for you. And for those that are here in the chat, let us know what's your name. This is about networking too. We're at the Reside platform. I'm the co-owner, founder. I'm Nick McLean, owner of the Nick McLean Real Estate Group and co-founder of the Reside platform, helping 55 teams throughout North America build, grow, and scale their teams by using proven systems. I'm actually reading from my book. Yeah, so put in there, put in the chat bar where you're from, what your marketplace is, because it's not, this is your opportunity. Where else do you have an opportunity to network with top team leaders, entrepreneurs throughout North America in one place? So there's 39 people right now, and we have a couple hundred people are going to get the recording for this and watch this recording. So put in here who you are, where you're from. You never know, you might get a network. You might build a network. You might get a referral. You might get a really more important than a referral is building your network. And really your network is your net worth. And throughout my career, every time I've leveled up the rooms that I'm in, every time I've entered that door that I was a little uncomfortable in. I didn't know if I belonged. I was really punching up. I leveled up every single time. So I remember getting my first coach and I was just starting my team out, had no agents. We sold 100 homes our first year and then 200 homes. And then I got into another mastermind that they were doing 200 to 300 homes. And then I got into another mastermind, they were doing 500 homes. And then I got in with John Sheplack and people were doing thousands of homes. And I didn't think it was ever going to be possible. And now I'm helping hundreds of teams throughout North America do the same thing. So I want you to really evaluate and observe the rooms you're hanging out with. And I'm not talking the free rooms. And hey, keep coming back to these free webinars. I'll keep putting them on and I'll give you frankly the same stuff I'm giving paid customers and paid clients. But when you get in the room and you get full access, it changes the game. I don't know what it is about it. Human nature, we want to fit in. And that's why you always have to install standards at your team because the standards of the team are what people are going to behave like. So your bottom 15, look at your bottom 15. I know they're not causing any trouble. I know they're not causing you a lot of energy. And if they are causing drama, you got to let them go. But the bottom 15 is also, unless they're growing and improving and moving forward and striving, you got to reevaluate that because people don't want to be around that. But I'm reading from my book, The Million Dollar Agent. I wrote this book. It's the proven playbook to build a real estate empire. And I wrote that, and it was actually called The Million Dollar Team. And I changed it to agent to get a bigger audience. One of my mentors and friends and coaches, Morgan Housel, helped me. Yeah, he kind of inspired me to write this book. Morgan Housel, if you don't know who he is, he wrote the book Psychology of Money. Banger of a book, amazing book. Everyone here, Psychology of Money, you got to own it. You got to own that book. I mean, you probably read my fave book. Courtney says my fave book. Absolutely. Well, I know Morgan personally, and it goes back to the people you associate with or the people you're going to be like in the future because it's funny. People ask me, why did you write a book? Did you always want to write a book? Not really. I just started hanging out with authors. I was hanging out with Morgan Housel. When his book sold 200,000 copies is when I started hanging out with him. That book has sold over 5 million copies. It'll sell 10 million copies. And so just being around him, I had to write a book. I just felt obligated. It was an implied accountability. I just had to write a book. So part of the book on page 180, well, page 194 of the book, and it's part of the chapter called Building a Dream Team, the Art of Recruiting Top Talent for Your Real Estate Business, chapter 17, page 189. In this chapter, I will guide you through the effective recruiting in the real estate world, And one of the tactical items is scholarship program, the scholarship program. So I'm going to take you from A to Z on the scholarship program today and where it was born. And, the scholarship program, if you think about it, I want to ask you this question. Is there more talent inside the real estate industry or outside of the industry? Is there more talent inside the real estate industry or outside the industry? Because we are in the talent acquisition game. We really are. If you want to increase your lead conversion, you could work on your lead conversion strategies, emails, text messages, increase the number of phone calls from your team. That's one way to do it. Or you could also increase the talent level of your team. And you can increase the talent level of your team by developing and training your agents so they have more skills, therefore more talent. Or you can also go out and find people with more talent that they already are installed with how to smile, how to look someone in the eye, how to dress professionally, how to show up on time. See, behavior can you can change behavior, but it takes a long time and it has to be the person on the other end has to give you permission and they have to make a commitment to change their behavior. It's really hard to do. But if you're able to hire talent that's already has that behavior there, all you got to do is teach them real estate, and that's the easy part. One of my one of my dear friends and clients, his name's Carby with a K, Carby. And this gentleman um, is he worked for he was I met him when he was in Singapore and he was working for Chinese banks and he was actually advising follow this he was advising nations on their economic policies. I'm talking about the Middle East, like the Persian Gulf, and he was going to Bahrain, and he would go to France. People would bring him in to advise them on economic policies, like should we build a port here? Should we build an airport? What's going to improve our overall macroeconomics? This guy is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And these nations were hiring him because he was a well known and respected banker in the Chinese and the Asian Pacific marketplaces. And he was American, he was a US citizen. And I was just floored with this gentleman. I was just floored. And I happened to meet his father about a year later. And the father looked over at me and said, Nick, did Carby ever tell you a story? I go, well, yeah, he's a banker, Chinese. He worked for the Wall Street Journal. He works for these major banks. He's 100 millionaire, XYZ. He goes, no, that's not his story. The story is he was a journalist. He actually went to school to learn journalism, and he went to Cal. He went to Cal, I think, in the Cal system, Cal Poly, whatever the system is in California. And he was a writer. He wasn't a banker. I go, he wasn't a banker. He wasn't in finance. He wasn't in statistics. He wasn't an analyst. No, absolutely not. And part of his undergraduate degree, it was his master's degree, he learned Chinese. He learned Mandarin. So he became fluent in Mandarin. And his first job was with the Wall Street Journal, and the Wall Street Journal sent him to the Middle East. And so he was writing in the Middle East. And then from the Middle East, the Wall Street Journal found out he knew Mandarin and sent him to China to kind of do some journalism on Wall Street Journal in China. And then a banker called him in China and recruited him and offered Carby his big break. He went from a journalist at Wall Street Journal to a big break, executive level Chinese bank. I mean, way up, way up. He skipped like 10 rungs. And I want you to follow this thread really importantly. Really follow the story. Because Carby looked at him and said, why me? Why me? There's all these other people, MIT, Harvard, Yale, Wharton Business School. Why me? I didn't work for McKinsey and Company. I don't have an MBA. I don't have the background. And the banker said this to him, and this is high level executive, billions and billions of dollars. Said, Carby, it takes 7 years to learn Mandarin fluently. It takes 1 year to learn banking. I can teach you banking and everything you need to know in 1 year, but it takes 7 years to learn Mandarin. That's why I'm hiring you. So when you're talking about real estate is very, very easy to teach. Most our forms are pre-printed and all you got to do is fill in the blank. That's it. That's it. Sales, let me put this other way. Sales persuasion, influence, being able to articulate your words, being able to be professional and be persuasive. That's another language. That takes 7 years to teach somebody. So if I take someone into my company with zero sales experience, zero everything, I know it's a 7 year project. But if I can bring someone in that already has those intangibles, I can teach them real estate in a year. My top 3 agents came from out of the area. Number one agent, Greg, worked for UPS for 27 years, shows up every day, on time delivery, every single time. UPS, 27 years, has drilled into him that you are efficient and effective. You don't even take left hand turns. You plan ahead and you do your route with only right hand turns. You're always on time. Deliverability, on time, on time, on time. Clients absolutely love it. I give him a lead, boom, he's on it. I tell him to follow up, he's on it. The client says he's going to be there at 11, he's there at 10:50. That's already came there. That took 27 years and I got him. He's number 1. Number 2, Susan, she worked at AT&T. Not just AT&T, but email marketing in AT&T. She was sending thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of emails. She gets a lead, she emails it right away. And it's not just any email, it's like a very professional email. She sent a text immediately. It's a very professional text, right? Clients absolutely love her. Liz, number 3 agent, she came over from pharmaceutical medical sales and then HR software sales online. She knows you show up every day, you do your digging. So she knew B2B sales, business to business sales. So she's looking at every lead going, okay, I got to dig, I got to find out who they are, what are their demographics, where do they work, what do they do? So when she calls them, she already knows, or if she's on the phone with them, she's on it. She knows this, right? And you have to do that in the corporate world, right? Every lead is layers deep, 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 deep. So I want you to think about that. That's important to know what you're looking for. You have to have this focal point of what are you looking for? And here's where the scholarship program comes in. It's in marketing, there's a concept called a dog whistle. In marketing, there's something called a dog whistle. You don't want to be all things to all people. You want to be one thing to the very specific person you're talking to. I want you to talk to one person in your marketing. When you're doing a job hire, if you're doing a job hiring ad, you might be willing to take on 10 agents, but I want you to talk to one person, right? That's the dog whistle. The dog whistle can only be heard by dogs. Therefore, if I'm going to talk to somebody, I want to use words that trigger their ears to hear them. And scholarship, people that have never gone to college, have never applied for a job, don't have a resume, it doesn't resonate with them. Scholarship resonates with people that have invested in their development. And right or wrong, I'm not here to judge college or debate college or no college, university or no university. But I'm here to tell you, even the people that didn't go to university or college, they know what scholarship means and they wish they would have got one or tried harder in high school so they would have got a scholarship, or harder, or done more, or more consistent to get a scholarship through athletics. Scholarship means something. It's already installed in them. So what happens is when you advertise you're offering a scholarship, you're actually talking to people that already have jobs. You don't want to hire people that don't have jobs. They're unemployed for a reason. You want to hire people with jobs. But they're not going to leave their job and their safety and security for a 100% commission job unless there's actually a plan in place and a process in place and a proven track record of success. So there's 2 parts to that. Scholarship says there's a proven track record, a game plan. If I were to give you a scholarship to go to a university or college, there is a game plan. There's a roadmap for you. I'm not just going to give you money and money for tuition, room, and board without having you have classes that are scheduled on time. You have to show up. If you don't show up, you lose your scholarship. So when I'm offering someone a scholarship in real estate, it presupposes and it says to them, well, Nick McLean has a plan for me. And if he's not going to award me a scholarship unless he believes in me and he thinks I can do it. See, for people to join real estate and get a 100% commission career, they have to believe not just in themselves, but they have to believe that the person that's hiring them believes in them and sees something in them. And when the scholarship's awarded, reciprocity kicks in. See, reciprocity kicks in. When you pay for someone to do something, They feel obligated to do something back for you. They are loyal, and I'm going to go that way. I'm always going to give first. Give first. See, what team leaders and broker owners do is they don't give first. They don't give first. They say, "What are you going to do? How committed are you? Are you willing to sacrifice everything for me so that I can make a split on the back end?" See, you gave nothing. Now, I know you're giving something. You're giving training, your time, your money, your energy, and your mentorship, right? But it doesn't feel that way from the other end. A scholarship feels that way on the other end, where you're actually giving them a little bit of money. And so I know this, if I give out 10 scholarships, if I give out 10 scholarships, four will complete the scholarship. Just so you know, write this down. For every 10 I award, only four, two out of five, only two out of five, only 40% will finish the course. In Washington State, where I live, it's a 90-hour online course. Where you're at, it might be 60 hours, it might be 120 hours. Maybe it's even longer if you're in Canada. But I need you to understand the metrics here, right? Two out of five are going to finish. If I give out 10, four will finish. Through my onboarding program, my training, my onboarding with Reside, my onboarding with my team, my Rise training through Reside, my agent training at my office, and my agent training through Reside, after 90 days, I'm going to lose one. So I gave out 10 scholarships. In 90 days, I'm down to three agents. Now, over the next 180 days, I'm going to lose one more agent. So now I'm down to two agents. Those two agents at my office at $500,000 average price point, 2.5% commission on average, they're going to sell about 10 homes each their first year. That's 20 sales at 500,000. That's $10 million. That's $300,000 in commissions. 50-50 splits, that's $150,000. So let me break that down. If I give out those 10 scholarships, I'm going to make $150,000. So if you could make $150,000 in the next year, how much money are you willing to invest to do that? Well, in my marketplace, you can get your real estate license online for $400. So if I give out 10 scholarships at $400, that's $4,000. If you could make $150,000 over the next year for $4,000, would you do it? And if yes, how many times would you do it? As many times as you could. It's the greatest deal on the planet. So I hope I sold you on the metric here. I hope you sold you on the metric. 10 gives you two, five gives you one. That one is going to get you 10 sales. Now, here's the beautiful thing about it: the second year, your agent's going to be even better. So the second year, they're not going to do 10, they're going to do 20. So those two agents aren't going to do 20 the next year, they're going to do 40 the next year. When I started my real estate company in 2012, March of 2012, I did a scholarship program and I recruited five agents that to get their license, to get their license. And I was able to do it in 30 days because what I did on the scholarship program is I said, if I award you this scholarship, you must complete the online course in 30 days or less. Because I opened my doors, I got brick and mortar, I had this office, I had leases, I had Boomtown, a CRM, a coach. I went from $500 a month to spending $15,000 a month, and I had no agents. So I needed five agents fast. So I said, I'll give you the scholarship. I'm going to pay you the money, and you're going to get it done in 30 days. And I had five agents. Those five agents and myself, we sold 101 homes our first year, brand new in the marketplace. Brand new on the marketplace. And that's how I did it. Now, here's the point of the story. The second year, we didn't do 101. We did 199 our second year. So that's how fast you can ramp up a team. And so if you're already doing 200, you can go to 400 using this one strategy. If you're doing under 100, you can go to 200 in a year using this strategy. I've seen it time and time again. I coach through Reside a team that's going from $1 million to $3 million GCI. I'm coaching another team that's going from 400 deals a year. They're going to do 700 deals a year. And one of the core pillars was the scholarship program. And so let's go over a little bit in detail more about the scholarship program. I'm going to share my screen so you can actually see what we give out. I'm going to give you over lots of great content here. Let's see here. Okay. So the Reside platform, we help people build, grow, and scale teams, and we wrote out a scholarship program for a template for everyone to follow. And you could probably get access to this. I'll have Brittany send it out to all the attendees, so you actually get access to this. But what's more important than access to this is at the Reside platform, it's not DIY. Right now, what we're doing is called DIY, do it yourself. So I'm going to teach you this. You're going to go out and do it yourself. Then there's done with you, and then there's done for you. So at the Reside platform, we believe in done with you. Done with you. Most coaching is one-on-one DIY. I give you my knowledge, you pay for my expertise, and then you have to go implement it. At Reside, we believe in done with you. We're going to give you the information, give you the expertise, give you the consulting, but then we're going to actually be alongside you every step of the way, meaning we're going to help you get it in Indeed and get the ad up. We're going to see how the ad's working, how the response rate is. We're going to go over what are you saying on the phone and how that working and what's the process look like? How many applicants do you have? Are they signing up? Are they not signing up? Right? And we're going to go through that process with you. So the scholarship program goes like this. The scholarship program we talked about is to acquire talent outside of the real estate industry. That is the game here. We're acquiring talent outside the industry. There's vastly more professionals outside than there are inside, bar none, not even close, right? I don't care where you live. There's tons of talent out there. And we're looking for trained professionals. They're already hardworking. They already have the mindset. They want growth. They want to be challenged. Most people are unsatisfied at their job for two reasons. Let me say this again. 50%, it's a little over 50% of talented people are unsatisfied. So I'm not talking about untalented people. Overachievers. Overachievers are unsatisfied at their job. Why? Why? They're not being challenged anymore. I'll say it again. Top talent at other industries would gladly join real estate if they knew they were going to be challenged or it will be a challenge. I had a physical therapist join my team. She's a professional, basically a doctor. Basically a doctor. She was making $200,000 a year, every year, guaranteed. And she quit her job and joined real estate and joined my team. And I asked her one day after 6 months. In 6 months, she had already sold 15 homes in her first year, no experience. And I asked her, I said, what made you take that leap to give up $200,000 a year to do this? And she said, Nick, I've been a physical therapist for 26 years. I was at the top of the department. I was the lead of the department. I was in charge of all the physical therapists. There was no more, there was nowhere else for me to go. I was at the top. I was bored. I'll say it again. She was bored. Not just bored, but there's a second reason top achievers will leave really good money. I'm talking people will leave a profession with really good money for these two reasons. One, they're not challenged. So you need to promise them a challenge. Hey, real estate is going to be a challenge, baby. I guarantee that. Number two, no appreciation, no recognition. They don't, even though they're doing hard work, maybe being challenged, maybe producing, people have now got used to that. You ever feel like that at a top producer? People just take you for granted. Your family takes you for granted. Your friends take you for granted. Your cohort takes you for granted. They can count on you. You've demonstrated so much consistency and deliverability and production. People just they expect it from you, and it kind of wears on you. You're like, well, that's bullshit, right? Yeah, it is. It is. So professionals value and expect systemized training. They want to come over, but they're not going to come over for some dinosaur cookie cutter loosey goosey training, right? They don't want to come over if they think you're going to do a boot camp for 2 weeks and let them go, right? No, no, no. I'm not giving up $100,000, $200,000 if you don't have a game plan for me. So there's two sides to this coin. There's scholarship, and then there's onboarding and development training, right? There's scholarship, and then there's the plan. So when I award you a scholarship, this is a script. This is what I say to people. If I award you the scholarship, not only do I invest in you and pay for your online course so you can get your real estate license, but you are automatically enrolled. You are hired as soon as you finish. If you finish on time, you are automatically enrolled in my 90-day onboarding program. This is a proven and repeatable system backed by the Reside platform that will get you from 0 hours of experience. In 90 days, you will be as experienced as a 9-year agent. I promise you that. I will invest in your training like nothing else you can get anywhere else. I mean, that's the level of confidence I need you to deliver to that person. See, people ask me all the time, Nick, how do I recruit agents to my team and give them the value proposition for the split? I'm quote air quotes. What's the value proposition? The value proposition is the energy that I'm going to transmit. I am so confident in the systems we have and the training that backs our company that if you show up, you make this leap, you take this scholarship and you show up day in, day out, you show up and you commit to the work, you will be successful. It is proven time and time again. Do people fail? 100%. 100% fail. The number one reason people fail is they stop. They stop showing up. And I can tell you this, there's going to be a moment in your career after you join this company, you join this team, that you're going to say to yourself, oh my gosh, this isn't going to work. And in that moment is when you need to make that choice. Do you turn around and you tuck your tail between your legs and you go back to your last job, or you move back in at home, or do you charge forward and persevere? And the people that persevere at my office, and I give them success story after success story after success story, right? Let me tell you about Liz. Let me tell you about Susan. Let me tell you about Greg. Let me tell you about Kurt. Let me tell you about Angie that's been on my team for 11 years, right? So this isn't just a scholarship. This is also me giving you like, how do you interview? How do you talk to them? What is the language pattern I'm using? So steps to complete the program, decide how many scholarships you will award and a deadline. This is key. You can have it ongoing forever, but you will get ad fatigue. You will get a little fatigue. So what I like to do is say, for the month of May, for the month of I'd go for the month of June, the Nick McLean Real Estate Group, backed by the Reside platform and the online training and the training in the Rise and the Script Inferno, we're awarding 10 scholarships. 10 scholarships, and we're going to cut it off as soon as we get 10 qualified people. If you would like to apply, apply here, click here, go here, send me an email. Send me an email. I'm going to show you some emails that you can send. So decide how many you're going to do. Now decide, are you going to pay for this scholarship up front, or are you going to reimburse them on their first closing? Now, John likes to do, John likes to do this little thing like, chicken feathers. Kind of, he does this thing on stage where he says, chicken feathers, bok, bok, bok. Reimbursing people upon the first closing, it's not effective. I get it. Can it work? Yes, it can work. Is it as effective? Not even close. Not even close. Now, what I like to do that works equally as well, right? So be prepared for this one. And it doesn't say here, this is what I do today, and I love it, right? I will pay for your course. You must sign up for it. Here's the portal. I send them a link. I send them a link to my portal. And I can CE shop, by the way, the CE shop will create a very specific portal for your team. And you can text them the link to the team. Here's what I say. You will sign up using this very link. When you sign up, I will reimburse you 50%. So you will get 50% right now. But you have to sign up and you have to screenshot it and show me you signed up. When you sign up, you're committed to finishing in 30 days. And you're also going to give me updates every 30 hours. So in Washington State, it's 90 hours. Every 30 hours, you need to give me updates. Upon completion, and passing the exam, I will reimburse you the other 50%. So someone just joined the team yesterday and signed up. Her name is Wendy. Congratulations, Wendy. I gave her 50% when she signed up for the course. And when she came into the office and signed the documents and our agreement and has a date for onboarding, she gets the other 50%. It's a win win. It's awesome, right? So it gives them a little incentive to finish. You can create a form for applicants to apply. You can say, fill out this Google form. You could say, if it's by email, you could say, email me, right? I want to know, why are you interested in real estate? If someone fills out a form or they ask me about the scholarship, first question out of my mouth, hey, Wendy, I see that you're interested in applying for my real estate scholarship. Why? And we've kind of been taught not to use why questions, but why questions are discovery questions. Why? I'm looking for appetite. I'm looking for a challenge. I'm looking for somebody that has a passion for real estate. I don't want dabblers. I don't want people that are curious. I want people that just they look at real estate every day for fun. They go to open houses on the weekend. They love it. They absolutely love it. They weren't satisfied with their last agent. I love that one too. I had an agent do it and they sucked, and I can do a lot better, right? I want that. What skills and experience do you believe will help you be successful in real estate? Next question. Do you understand this is 100% commission and it's based purely on results? Okay. Here's the bad news. Because it's based purely on results, if you don't get results, you don't make any money. That's the bad news. This is like Glengarry Glen Ross. Here's the good news. Here's the bad news. The bad news is you're fired. The good news is you got 1 day to get your job back. So it's a little Glengarry Glen Ross. So like, bad news is you can make zero. The good news is you can make limitless income. There is no limit to how much you can make and achieve if you're a person that values results. And at my company, there's nothing I value more than results. However, if you're a bad fit, if you're a bad culture, if you're negative, you got to go. There's no level of results that will overcome a negative Nancy and a cultural cancer. See you later. But for you, you seem like a great person, someone I want to work with, someone that I want to invest in. But I don't know if you're going to succeed because I haven't seen your actions. Talk is cheap. You got to walk the walk. So maybe I'll invest in you. If I do invest in you, do you believe you have what it takes? Ask them this question. Do you believe you have what it takes? And they're going to say something like, yes, or I think so, or maybe, or, you know, I think I'll be good. And then you're going to say, well, how would I know? How would I know? What have you done in your past that would tell you that you're going to be successful in this in your future? And have them ask you that. Have them answer. And they're going to be confident or wishy-washy or not confident. If they're not confident, see you later. Don't give them a scholarship. If they're wishy-washy, challenge them. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. And if they can overcome that rejection, move them forward. Now, if they're super confident, right? Challenge them. You seem overly confident. That's a red flag. Challenge them. I'm not so sure you have what it takes. Challenge them. You have to give them some level of rejection here because in the real world, they're going to be rejected. Ring, ring, ring. Hi, I noticed you're on our website. How can I help you? I'm just browsing. I'm not interested. We're just looking. Can they overcome that? Can they overcome that? Oh, we decided we want to continue to look. We don't want to make an offer. Do they have the internal fortitude to overcome that? You can figure it out right now. You can figure it out before you even give them a scholarship. And you might give them one, two, three rejections. Subtle, just subtle, because rejections in the real life are so subtle. The rejections where you get hung up on or fired to your face, those are rare. Those are really rare. Where agents fail is the rejection that they don't even see. They don't even notice because they just go with the flow. We're just browsing. Okay, no problem. Can I call you back in a month? Sure, call me back in a month. right? It's that, right? So find the people that are like, okay, no, 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 no. I do have what it takes. I didn't mention to you that I was the manager of my last company and I became the manager in 6 months. And the reason I became a manager in 6 months, because I was the only person that showed up on time every time. And then I ended up starting teaching people how to do their job better. I mentioned I did sales at Verizon, but I didn't mention to you that I was number one, right? For 12 months. So you got to challenge that. Now you promote the scholarship on social media, Facebook profile, Instagram, email to past clients. They're the best, right? I've never met a buyer that didn't think that they could be an agent. Oh, yeah, they're the best. Buyer leads, seller leads. Interview the applicants. So you bring them in. Okay, great. That's interview. I like phone interviews. I've done this enough that I'll just do a phone interview. But if you want to, you can bring them in. It's okay to bring in more than one. You might say, I don't have a lot of time. Okay, fine. Here's what you do: bulk interviews. Okay, no problem, right? Get these applicants. Say on Friday at 4 o'clock, I'm bringing everyone in. And you bring in 10 people at once, right? Open interview, group interviews. Then you award the scholarship using the scholarship acceptance letter. And then you do weekly check-ins with the scholarships, or they check in with you every 30 hours, or some completion. Upon completion, they enroll in the at my company, they enroll in the Reside onboarding class and Rise class. Here's an example of a only 10 spots video. Enrollment for the fall scholarship program is now open. Let's see if we can play that. Okay, so let me do this. I want to make sure that the sound, share sound. Let's start this over. So notice how this
Open enrollment for our fall real estate license scholarship program. Hey everyone, it's Nick McLean, owner of the Nick McLean Real Estate Group, and we're going to award 10 real estate scholarships for you to get your real estate license and transition to a real estate career. We're only giving away 10 because in the fall quarters when we're doing the enrollment for the newest class, because when you get licensed in real estate with our team, we also enroll you in a 90-day course that nearly guarantees success, where myself personally will mentor you into a productive and successful real estate career. We've had so much success with the real estate scholarship. Last year we awarded, I think, 20 scholarships. People came from the medical industry, nurses, practitioners. We've had
Yeah, I'm calling out specific people.
teachers, we've had coaches, police officers, all transition into real estate, and they have been successful through our scholarship program. So we're bringing it back, but it's going to end this fall. So it's for the fall quarter. We're giving away 10. So to apply, click the link, email me at Nick at nickmclean.com. Tell us why you're interested in real estate. Tell us about yourself and your background. Tell us about some challenges in your life that you had to overcome that you're proud of. Let us know what you have and how you're going to be successful in real estate and why you think you're going to be successful in real estate. You really need confidence, you need grit, you need hard work, and you need passion. And we're looking for people that want to be in real estate, because you'll never work another day in your life if you find a career that you're passionate about. And it's the same thing for me. I've been doing it for 14 years, and I don't feel like I've worked one day in my life in the last 14 years because I love my job. So if you're interested in getting into real estate, you like searching for homes anyways, we're giving away 10 scholarships. So apply. Click the link, email our company, go to nickmcleanrealestate.com, reach out to us. We're looking for people that can get a hold of us. We're looking for people that are going to text us and apply and give us a resume and really, really want this scholarship. So we pay for your real estate course. We're going to help you with the exam. And when you're done with the exam and you pass, you have a seat on the team, one of the best teams in the nation, where you're going to learn from the very, very best and be successful. So apply today. We want to see your application for the real estate scholarship for the full fall quarter.
I mean, that just sums it up, really, just sums up everything about the program. So not only what I'm teaching you is exactly how you sell it. And notice I call out nurses, police officers, corporate people, coaches, trainers. You got to be passionate. You got to have an aptitude. And also, you have to reach out to us because in real estate, right? Real estate, people just don't walk through the door. They just don't call your phone. You got to reach out to them, see what I'm doing. I'm already training them and setting their expectations. I've had people bring their resumes in, in person. I want dressed up in a suit. Absolutely. There is a way to do this and market it and attract people. Notice we have a proven track record. We're one of the very best. You're going to be installed in the very best, and we have a program for you. So, a little bit more to share, and then we'll wrap this up for some questions. Email example number one. Email example number one. Discover an exciting new real estate career. Apply for one of our 5 scholarships. Attention professionals. See, dog whistle calling you out. Attention professionals that believe they're capable of more. Are you looking for a change of pace or new opportunity to maximize your potential? See, I'm not talking for someone that's looking for a job, looking for a career. Nick McLean, we're excited to announce we are offering 5 scholarships for healthcare professionals, but you could say any professionals interested in real estate. At the Nick McLean, we understand passion and dedication, work professional per the career. We believe in skills and experience can translate exceptionally well into real estate. For the month of April, right? 90 days, we're giving this out. Why choose us? We got training, 90 days with everything you need to be successful. Supportive environment, flexibility and work-life balance. I'm not saying you're not going to work. I'm just saying you have flexibility to be pick up your kids, but also have your phone on you 24/7. Unlimited earning potential, right? I'm not selling splits. I'm selling the upside. The upside is massive. I don't care what split you're at. The lid is unlimited unless you're capping income. I don't think you do, right? Make a difference. Passion projects, fulfillment, meaningful work, achievement, recognition, appreciation. See what I'm doing? I told you why top achievers leave their careers. Number 2, get your real estate license. The scholarship is the best way to get started. And I would take out part-time or full-time real estate career. It's a unique opportunity. We will guide 10 people, scarcity, limited supply through the process and preparation. What does a scholarship program offer? Only 10 spots. Have you ever thought about it? Okay, you're not alone. Okay, send me an email, send me your resume. Number 3, frequently asked questions for the scholarship. Right? Here are the top questions. How long does it take to get my license? How much do real estate agents make? Once I pass my test, what happens next? People aren't going to leave their career and leave their job, leave safety and security unless they know there's a game plan. All right, I'm telling you, you got to nail that. You got to nail it. And you got to nail it on the phone too. Email example number 4, collab specific professional classes. I'm just giving you an example. Nurses, law enforcement, teachers, so and so, so and so, so and so have a proven track record of success. Whatever that is, coaches, teachers, professionals, bankers, lenders, accountants, whatever it is, financial advisors, they have a proven track record for success. You're not going to alienate other people because if there's any, ancillary or tangential profession, they're going to reach out to. So here's the scholarship acceptance letter. When they do sign up for the course, I say, congratulations, Nick, you have been accepted to our real estate scholarship on our team. The blank team has been recognized as one of the top real estate teams and part of the world-class Reside platform. Our mission is to increase the overall quality and service of the entire real estate industry. We believe in the highest standards and expectations, training, and people in the industry. You are one of the elite. You are one. I mean, I want them to go back home and say, hey, honey, guess what? I won a scholarship. I was awarded. Someone believes in me. You are a part of the elite here. The Nick McLean Real Estate Group will reimburse you for your real estate course, reimbursement of the course, and one attempt will be, you can change this however you want, will be issued once the final tests are completed, passing the background check and signing a broker agreement with our firm. So they agree to sign the broker agreement. Here's the requirements, and you can change these however you want. Complete the test, complete the training within so many days. I like 30. Provide weekly progress updates. I like every 30 hours. Right? Report upon completion of online training and the date. They need to text me or notify me when they're taking the exam. Upon passing the exam, you and the team will plan a start and an onboarding date. Then I tell them that when we do onboarding classes at Reside, how we do it, when the training is. After the 6 weeks of onboarding, you are required to do these different things. And so you can put different things. Upon completion of your onboarding, you're required to prospect for an hour a day, make 20 phone calls a day, make 100 phone calls a day, make 100 calls a week. You are required to come into the office Monday through Friday from 10 to 11. We have trainings Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 9 to 10. So you are committed to that, right? And I'm not saying don't make exceptions to the rules. Sometimes I make exceptions, right? For certain people for a certain time period. And that's okay. Modify that agreement. Remember, you're a deal maker. That's what you do for a living. You put real estate deals under contract. This is no different. Now, you don't want to have a Frankenstein team where everyone has a different deal and a different level of standards and expectations. Not at all. For me, you must make the Tuesday meetings. You must make the Tuesday meeting in person. You have to go through Resides onboarding. You have to go through Resides Rise. You have to show up to Script Inferno on Wednesdays, and you have to go to Resides agent training on Thursdays. That's just mandatory forever, forever, right? So that's part of my team. So we got a couple minutes left on the real estate scholarship. If you have some frequently asked questions, or actually, if you have any questions, throw it in the chat bar. This is going to be recorded. We'll send it out to you so you can watch it again. Um, and I'll have Brittany, everyone that just showed up for this, you're going to get this download. I'm actually going to give you the download that I just went over. Okay. Exclusively to the people that showed up, because I want to honor the people that showed up to this meeting. Now, if you have any questions as you execute and implement the scholarship, reach out to me. My email is Nick at Reside Platform, not the Nick at resideplatform.com for questions. There you go. Put it in there too. If you'd like to learn, some people here probably are already part of Reside or have had a discovery call with Reside. If you'd like to learn more about how we can work together, we're not a franchise, we're not a brokerage, we're a consulting company to help teams build, grow, and scale. If you'd like to learn more about our onboarding training, our agent training, our weekly scripts, our onboarding, and everything else we do, go to resideplatform.com and book a discovery call. Brittany, in the chat bar, put a link so that they can click one or two buttons to have a discovery call. When you click that link to get a discovery call, you're going to be in touch with one of the top people in the nation, very smart, very understands every part of a real estate team and business, from lead gen to lead conversion to lead follow through. Paul Diaz. I've worked with him for a decade. He's going to go over everything that we do at the Reside platform, how we do it, how much it costs, what's the commitment, how it's going to affect you and your team and your career. And then if that looks good and you like what you see and you want to learn more, he's actually going to set up a meeting with me personally. So you're going to get a one-on-one, one-on-two, Paul and myself and you, deep dive specifically in your business, where I'm going to learn about your business. I'm going to learn about the kind of the holes in your business, your struggle points, and where are the opportunities for real growth? Where are the opportunities for real growth? And so that's like a one-on-one coaching call that we're going to do in your business. So I'd like to learn more about your businesses. So Brittany, put in that link. People can join Reside, and it says join, but I want you to know this is discovery, 100% discovery, and I'd like to get a hold of you guys. Paul's there too. Courtney, in Ontario, we have one school, and the cost is $10,000 per person, plus sign-in fees. Yeah, what I would do, Courtney, on that is, and with Canada, you can do this. It's going to be a longer process. Okay, that's okay. That's okay, because you can do a reverse. In this case, Courtney, I would give them some level of input. So I would get like their book. I would pay for their books. I would pay for their entry fee. I would give them $500 to start, right? And then I would come up with some type of reimbursement. So, Courtney, what I would say is I would invest some level for them to get the ball rolling. It's the same marketing message. It's going to get the same juice. And then when I'm getting the phone calls, so learn more, learn more, learn more. I'm lead generating. I'm talking to them on the phone. And then I'm going to outline, because this $10,000, but it's probably not $10,000 up front. I'm going to then tell them like how they can get that money back. So maybe on their first closing, they get $1,000 back on their first 9 closings or the first 10 closings, right? I told you it's not as good, but as long as you're giving them something up front, plus the other thing you're giving them, Courtney, is access to you throughout their training. So, Courtney, you take this leap of faith and you invest $10,000 in your real estate career. I'm going to be there for you along the way. So, you're probably going to have questions because I'm telling you, the training you're going to have isn't going to teach you how to make money. It's going to just teach you how to get licensed. That's the difference. I'm going to be your mentor, your coach, your trainer throughout the process, and they're not going to reach out to you. You can email you, right? Okay, so that's good. Will you send out the email and the letter examples? This was gold. Thanks, Randy. Oh, I love compliments. Flattery will get you nowhere, Randy. Okay, maybe it will. Keep them coming. Yes, absolutely. You showed up, Randy, and I'm going to reward you with the actual download there. Download there. Those things for showing up. Well, as always, any other questions about this or about anything else? This or with anything else? I mean, this is the best way to get top talent. It's the best way to get top talents. Mark, hey, brother, nice to see you. Nice to see you. All right, as always, everybody, and all my friends out there, reach out to me. I'd love to see more of you. We'll continue to add as much value, well, the most value that anyone can do in the marketplace, because we believe in abundance and we believe teams are where it's at. And man, the profit margins are a little tight right now, but you know what? I think it's the best way to do real estate. I think running a team is the best lifestyle you can get. I mean, who wants to be in the car the rest of your life? Do you really want to show homes the rest of your life? Do you really want to go on listing appointments the rest of your life? Yeah, I know it's good money, right? But are you meant for that? Is that what are you meant for that? Were you put here on this earth? I think about this stuff. Were you put here on this earth for that? Or are you meant for more? And I think team is more. Team is about developing people, giving them a journey, and also giving you unlimited leverage. I mean, 10 agents, 20 agents, 30 agents, 100 agents, super leverage. It's leverage because your leverage is equal to your impact and your contribution. Your leverage is equal to your contribution to the society and communities you serve. Prove me wrong on that one. That's your leverage. And that leverage is some of it's direct, like I have employees, right? But it's also indirect, the relationships that I build and the people and the family and friends that I impact through those relationships. So it's spiritual in that spiritual is something you can't measure, right? So go after what you can't measure and then also focus on what you can. All right, everybody, have a good day. Sell a lot of homes. Talk to you later.